If the defense in the Diddy case gets its way, Diddy could be a free man next month.
You to engage in all these freak-offs with him, and he sounds really pissed off.
Hey, I really don't know what's going on with you, but I just want to just give you a heads up that I'm about to really disappear on you. You feel me? I'm not going to be playing these games with you at all, at all. So I don't know, you think you silent treating me, and you think I'm going to be, nah. You'll have a rude awakening.
Snoop Dogg's marriage didn't just fall apart, it exploded into chaos. The whole thing crumbled after a jaw-dropping video came to light, shaking the entire hip-hop world and putting one of its biggest legends right in the middle of a scandal no one saw coming. The footage, allegedly leaked by his wife and longtime business partner Shante, isn't just about cheating. It's way deeper. The clip reportedly links Snoop straight to Sean Diddy Combs, the former music mogul now locked up and serving more than 4 years in federal prison for transporting women across state lines for illegal acts. That connection alone has the industry whispering like never before. With Diddy's name now tied to control, pressure, and shocking humiliation, this link could wreck Snoop's reputation completely. The streets are talking, and the damage could be permanent.
She stepped up as my wife and handled that. And there's been many times where I've been at my lowest, and she's always been the strongest to get me back up to like, get back out there. You gotta get back out there and do what you do. Don't worry about what's happening over here. I'm gonna handle that.
Insiders say the clip didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It first made rounds privately among big names in the industry late last month, right after Diddy's sentencing. Sources close to Shante claim the leak wasn't a spur-of-the-moment move. It was calculated, a warning, and most definitely a message. After nearly 30 years of marriage, the woman who once stood beside Snoop Dogg and helped build his entire empire seems to have made her move with pure precision. And public humiliation looks like her final play for control. Insiders say her motive runs deeper than heartbreak. It's not just about love lost, but about betrayal in every sense. Emotional, professional, and even spiritual. The very foundation she helped him create may now be the stage for his biggest fall yet. To really grasp what's going down, you gotta see the backdrop.
Some kind of extortion that we heard when Cassie took the stand and testified on that airplane ride back from France. Diddy said, you don't do a freak-off, I'm going to release one of the freak-off videos that you are profiled in. And
for years, Diddy's secret freak-off gatherings were an open secret in Hollywood. Exclusive parties where fame, power, and private acts blended in the shadows. Prosecutors later called them twisted performances driven by substances, silence, and fear. During Diddy's trial, witnesses talked about rooms wired with cameras, recordings no one ever meant to see, and a disturbing pattern of exploitation dressed up as entertainment. When the federal court convicted him under the MAN Act back in mid-2025, most thought that wild, dark era of hip-hop had finally ended. But this new video could be ripping that door wide open again, and Snoop might just be caught in the middle of it all. And let's be real, the timing couldn't be more suspicious. With Diddy's empire crumbling, the industry's power balance shifted overnight, leaving a massive vacuum waiting to be filled. Lately, dozens of artists have been quietly stepping back from Diddy's shadow, his name from credits, playlists, and archives like he never existed. But now, whispers are spreading fast. And Snoop Dogg's name is suddenly being mentioned in the same breath, and that's got the whole industry on edge. The leaked video reportedly shows Snoop in a questionable encounter that insiders say went down at one of Diddy's luxury Los Angeles estates in 2023, just months before federal raids hit both his Miami and LA homes. Whether the footage actually proves any illegal activity isn't clear, but the fact that it exists at all is enough to raise alarms. It ties Snoop to a man prosecutors once branded as a predator in a designer suit, and for Shante Broadus, that might have been the breaking point, the ultimate betrayal that pushed her to act. Publicly, Shante's always been the quiet force holding Snoop's empire together. She wasn't just his wife, she was his partner in every sense. From their teenage days at Long Beach Polytechnic to their fairy tale wedding in June 1997 at the Ritz-Carlton in Marina del Rey, she's been there through it all. Over the decades, she handled his business moves, managed brand deals, and by 2021, she officially took charge as his manager, running his ventures across music, gaming, and even the liquor world with sharp precision. Earlier this year, Snoop made headlines when he laughed off a supposed $100 million offer from OnlyFans, proudly saying, "I got a black wife."
Your wife's been by you for your
She's
whole
your high
career,
school
your high school sweetheart. She is.
Never leave home without her.
Yeah, that's right. But how has she kind of taken you on this journey? Tell us about her.
I think my wife has been my best friend for a couple of reasons. One is that she always understood who I was and who I needed to be.
It was seen as a rare display of loyalty in an industry where temptation never sleeps. But now, that same loyalty seems cracked, and the world's watching every move. Behind the scenes, word is that Shante had already been suspicious for a while. Their marriage had weathered plenty of storms before, from Selena Powell's trolling claims in 2019 to a messy paternity scandal back in 1998. But this latest connection to Diddy, it hit on a whole new level. It wasn't just gossip anymore. It was tied to something way bigger and way darker. When Diddy was arrested in September 2024, the investigation pulled a ton of famous names into the mess. Investigators dug through party footage, guest lists, and digital archives trying to piece together who was where and doing what. Then came the massive raids on Diddy's Miami and LA properties in March 2024, where agents reportedly seized years' worth of recordings and private material. Now insiders are whispering that Snoop's image, or maybe even his actual presence, shows up somewhere in that stash. And according to someone close to Shante's circle, she knew exactly what that meant. This wasn't just about a marriage, it was about protecting her family, their name, and the empire they spent decades building together. This story isn't just explosive, it's shaking the entire culture. The betrayal alone would have been wild enough, but the fallout, it's on another level. Snoop Dogg has spent the last decade reinventing himself as America's chill uncle, the funny mentor, the family guy, the TV favorite, even a producer for kids' shows. He became that laid-back icon everyone trusted and laughed with. But now, that clean image is crashing straight into accusations connected to one of entertainment's darkest criminal sagas ever. Fans are completely divided. Some swear this whole leak is a setup meant to take him down, while others believe the truth has finally caught up with him. The internet is on fire with theories and screenshots, but from Snoop's camp, silence. No statements, no denials, nothing. His social pages are being scrubbed clean. Photos and posts featuring Shante have quietly vanished, replaced with flashy promotions for his new projects. That silence speaks volumes.
Strong black woman off the tippy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
behind closed doors, things are reportedly even more chaotic. The couple's inner circle has split down the middle. People close to Shante describe her as calm but strategic, a woman who doesn't move without a plan. Word is, she's gearing up for serious legal action, drafting documents that point to both divorce proceedings and control over the businesses they built together. She's not just walking away. She's making sure she leaves with power. Let's not forget, Shante isn't just Snoop's wife, she's the registered manager behind several of his key businesses. She basically runs the operational core of the entire empire. That means her next move could make or break everything. Whether Snoop Dogg stays a global powerhouse or becomes another fallen legend swallowed by scandal might all depend on what she does next. Meanwhile, the chaos surrounding Diddy keeps spreading, even from behind bars. His once loyal circle is falling apart fast. Sources say several former associates are now working with investigators, hoping to dodge extra charges. And here's the real shocker. Federal agents have reportedly confirmed the discovery of dozens of private recordings from Diddy's infamous events, some labeled with celebrity initials. No one's saying if any of those tags match Snoop's name, but the timing couldn't be more suspicious. Just as those tapes started being cataloged, Shante's leak hit the internet, and people are talking. Was she acting on her own, or was she moving strategically to get ahead of something much bigger? Some insiders think she knew exactly what was coming and decided to strike first. They believe she leaked the video on purpose, to control the story before the feds could. People close to Snoop say he's straight up panicking right now. The same man who used to brag that nothing could shake his cool is reportedly losing sleep, calling up lawyers and PR teams nonstop.
In the unit that was one floor above mine, so in terms of like the setting, it's a fairly decent chance that the room I'm describing is similar to where Diddy is. Yeah.
From
his confidence, the calm swagger he's famous for is slipping fast. Insiders claim he's terrified that Diddy's crash could drag him down too, especially if prosecutors start digging and think he was part of those notorious freak-off gatherings everyone's been whispering about. And the irony, it's almost cruel. Snoop spent years rebuilding his image, turning his life around, preaching discipline, staying clean, and walking away from wild temptations that could have earned him hundreds of millions. He even said, "My wife wouldn't have it," and people respected that loyalty. But now that same wife seems to have flipped the script, and the fallout is blowing up in real time. But there's a deeper layer that's got the industry buzzing like crazy. Snoop's long history with powerful, controversial figures from Suge Knight to Diddy has always kept him close to danger. Suge once hinted that Snoop had some explaining to do about what really went down around Tupac Shakur's tragedy. That old statement just resurfaced online, fueling wild conspiracy threads connecting Diddy's criminal mess to long-buried West Coast feuds. The streets are watching, and it feels like history might be catching up fast. Could this new scandal be reopening old wounds and connecting dots the public never saw before? It might sound like speculation, but in hip-hop history, every rumor tends to lead somewhere real, and every shadow hides another story waiting to explode. The whispers are getting louder, and the questions keep stacking up. So far, Shante hasn't made a public statement, but her silence feels intentional, like a chess move. Insiders say she's been working on a tell-all memoir, already rumored to be titled "Paid the Cost to Be the Boss Lady." If that book drops and includes even a fraction of what she knows, it could blow the roof off the entire industry. We're talking careers shattered, alliances broken, and secrets that may never be the same again. Meanwhile, both sides are lawyering up fast. Snoop has reportedly pushed for strict privacy clauses to kick in, demanding everyone in their circle, family, staff, business partners, stay completely quiet.
Snoop Dogg saying he owns Death Row is no different than me saying Tupac was alive because I had the unreleased Tupac music. It ain't no different.
Disclosure agreements might already be flying around, but trying to contain leaks when the internet's on fire, that's a losing battle. The web's moving too fast, and this story's already way out in the open. What we're seeing now is an empire crumbling right before our eyes, and it's speeding up by the hour. New leaks, new screenshots, fresh claims, it's chaos. Because here's the thing, Shante didn't just leak a video, she opened a door. And what's behind it might be darker and more explosive than anyone ever imagined. If Snoop really had ties to that world, then what else has he been keeping under wraps? That leaked video was just the first domino, and now the real questions are surfacing, and they're downright terrifying. Diddy's infamous parties weren't just wild nights of excess. Insiders say they crossed serious legal lines, filled with substances, manipulation, and recordings used for control. And if Snoop was ever part of that scene, people can't help but wonder, what exactly did he see? What did he do? And maybe the biggest question of all, what did Shante already know? Sources who once worked security at Diddy's lavish estates claim those mansions were wired from top to bottom. Hidden cameras in the walls, mirrored rooms concealing lenses, and remote-controlled lighting to catch everything, from the flashy red carpet entrances to the private chaos behind locked doors. Nothing was left unseen. Witnesses from Diddy's trial described a disturbing world behind the music, a place where so-called freak-offs turned into twisted performances. Young women were reportedly pressured into intimate acts while guests watched. Substances flowed non-stop, and sleep was a rare luxury. Diddy allegedly recorded every second, tagging files with initials, dates, and sometimes even full names of celebrities who attended. And here's the chilling part. Some witnesses said those tapes weren't just souvenirs, they were insurance. Leverage, they called it. A weapon to keep powerful people silent and loyal. So when federal agents raided Diddy's Miami and LA properties back in March 2024, what they found was staggering. Hundreds of hard drives packed with what prosecutors described as a catalog of control, filled with explicit, compromising footage that could shake the industry to its core. Investigators reportedly had to seal sections of the evidence because of how explosive it was. No one can confirm if Snoop actually appears in any of it, but the timing of Shante's leak feels way too suspicious to ignore. Legal insiders are whispering that she might have known exactly what was about to hit.
So he put his hands on females, put his hands on producers, executives. That's just his. I guess that's what the whole name Bad Boy comes from. That people don't really understand. What is it? What is a bad boy? Why did he choose that name? Like he never really gave a clear definition of how he feels about.
As Snoop's manager, she had access to everything. His business accounts, travel logs, private messages, and spending records. If she decided to leak that footage, it might not have been out of spite. It could have been pure self-preservation. People forget, Shante's not new to strategy. For years, she's been the mastermind behind Snoop's brand revival. When lawsuits, feuds, and scandals tried to take him down, she was the one cleaning it all up, negotiating his partnerships, securing his deals, and rebuilding his image from the ground up. She turned Snoop Dogg into a global brand. But now, those same instincts might be shifting, this time to protect herself. One associate close to the couple said it best: she's protecting the Broadus name before it becomes collateral. And honestly, that says it all, because if prosecutors decide to expand the Diddy investigation and start connecting the dots to other high-profile guests, even a hint of involvement could destroy reputations overnight. By going public first, Shante may be pulling the ultimate power move, positioning herself not as an accomplice, but as a whistleblower. And now, the financial tremors are starting. Endorsements, partnerships, and corporate deals are being quietly reviewed behind closed doors. Everyone's bracing for what could be the biggest fallout in hip-hop business history. Major sponsors are quietly scrambling behind the scenes. Contracts are being re-examined, and streaming platforms that still host Snoop's collaborations from the Diddy era have started flagging certain videos for review. The same brands that once hyped his laid-back charm are now backing away, keeping their distance until the legal smoke clears. The silence from everyone involved is deafening. And in that silence, the story keeps twisting by the hour. People are asking the hard questions now. Was Snoop simply tempted by the lifestyle, or was he one of many pulled into something too powerful to walk away from? The uncertainty is eating up the industry. Insiders close to the couple claim Shante's holding more than just receipts. She's sitting on files.
For Diddy's day-to-day life. So he is able to provide a lot of information about what that life was like. He goes into detail on extensive drug use.
One longtime friend swears she keeps digital backups of everything: Snoop's emails, messages, footage, and even recordings from his business calls. If that's real, then this leaked video could just be a single piece from a massive vault of secrets waiting to drop. And if she was bold enough to release one clip, what's stopping her from dropping more? The timing is impossible to ignore. Diddy's sentencing in June 2025 already sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, shaking everyone connected to him. And according to the FBI, investigations into his circle of associates are far from over. Every new detail that surfaces could turn the spotlight brighter, and Snoop might be standing right in the middle of it. Investigators are now digging deeper, trying to uncover whether Diddy's so-called freak-off events were more than just wild nights, but actually setups for blackmail or financial gain. If Snoop's name shows up anywhere in that evidence trail, it could open the door to new charges, anything from transport violations to fraud or even conspiracy. The stakes have never been higher. But behind all the chaos, another theory's starting to take shape. Some insiders think Shante's leak wasn't about revenge at all. It was a move to protect her family and cut ties from Diddy's collapsing empire before the government could drag them in.
I've talked for a while. A lot of people are buzzing that Diddy's former BFFs are real quiet.
And they have been.
And people were wondering why and who's the next to fall. And then Jay-Z comes out, and then LeBron James says, I'm stepping away for excused personal reasons. And people are going, oh, what is going?
Suddenly, that long-rumored memoir of hers starts to make perfect sense. It's her way to control the story, to get her side out first before anyone else twists it. Sources say the book includes a powerful line about choosing self-respect over silence, and that quote has gone viral across social media. It's like the world's watching a live rebrand happen. While Snoop faces public backlash, Shante's reshaping her image as the woman who refused to be complicit in anyone's darkness. She's turning scandal into survival. But here's where things get even wilder. If Shante's got receipts, others probably do too. Industry insiders are whispering that Diddy's secret archives didn't just capture rappers. They allegedly included executives, athletes, and even well-known TV personalities. Word is, some of those individuals have already gotten private warnings to brace for exposure. One entertainment lawyer put it bluntly, those drives could end careers faster than any courtroom ever could. And if Snoop's name pops up even slightly in those circles, he's not the only one sweating right now. For years, people inside the business have whispered about those recordings, and it looks like the truth might finally be coming out. Some people close to the case describe those recordings as trophies of power, files so carefully organized, encrypted, and hidden that they seem built to last forever. Others called them straight-up insurance, a system designed to keep everyone who ever stepped into Diddy's world loyal and quiet long after the parties ended. According to
He's speaking out now.
He said he's speaking out because he believes Diddy's a predator. He wants accountability, and he doesn't want someone like this to run unchecked in the future.
filings from the 2025 trial, prosecutors referenced massive digital archives of compromised material, a phrase they never fully explained. But witnesses said it meant exactly what people feared. Hundreds of hours of recorded encounters involving celebrities, music executives, and even government officials. The message was crystal clear. Diddy didn't just throw parties, he built an empire of leverage. Investigators who led the Miami and LA raids hinted that they recovered dozens of external hard drives, each labeled with cryptic initials and old timestamps that stretched back more than a decade. One insider familiar with the evidence described it as a digital map of the entertainment elite. A ledger showing who attended, who participated, and who could be manipulated if things ever went south. But here's where the panic deepens. The whispers aren't just about musicians anymore. Rumors now say those recordings might also feature top athletes from major leagues, famous TV personalities, and even high-profile investors who built their careers on clean reputations. Every new name being speculated sends fresh shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond. The deeper investigators dig, the bigger this web looks, and it's spreading fast. People across entertainment, sports, and finance are reportedly scrambling to lawyer up, terrified that their secrets might be sitting on one of those drives waiting to be exposed. The panic isn't just circling Hollywood anymore, it's reaching all the way to Washington. And in that bigger picture, Shante's leak suddenly hits different. If she really had access to one of those infamous recordings, it could mean that Diddy's private tapes were never fully locked down. Some analysts believe he made multiple backup copies and handed them off to trusted associates as a failsafe.
I want to start with alleged victim number 4, who goes by the name Mia. It's an alias. She is one of the people who is testifying where the judge has granted her anonymity. She is on the stand, but everybody in the courtroom has been warned. Do not reveal her identity. Do not even give a physical description.
Just in case he ever got taken down, his secrets would live on. If that theory's true, then the footage involving Snoop might have been just one of many scattered fragments floating through the industry. And if Shante released it intentionally, her move might not have been random at all. It could have been a calculated signal to insiders that the vault isn't sealed anymore, that the archive is leaking little by little and no one's completely safe. What makes these recordings so dangerous is their double-edged power. They're both humiliation and hard proof. Several of Diddy's alleged victims have claimed they were pressured or influenced into recorded encounters while under the effects of substances or fear, turning those videos into potential evidence and blackmail weapons at the same time. In the wrong hands, that kind of footage could shatter reputations, destroy global brands, and even spark full-blown criminal cases that go far beyond the entertainment world. The stakes here aren't just personal, they're political, financial, and deeply legal. What's leaking out now could rewrite careers, topple empires, and force the industry's biggest names to face a reckoning that's been decades in the making. Federal investigators are reportedly going through the recovered hard drives frame by frame, matching faces, guest lists, and timestamps with incredible precision. At the same time, lawyers representing several high-profile figures are working overtime behind closed doors, quietly pushing to keep their clients' names out of any official documents. Every single day that passes without confirmation only turns up the heat, fueling wild speculation about who might be exposed next.
She testified, excuse me, that she was Diddy's ex-assistant. She said he raped her, sexually assaulted her in various ways multiple times. He exacted unbelievable violence against her, threatened her, one point allegedly threatened to take her phone and use anything on the phone.
If these tapes are real in the way insiders claim, they're not just a threat to Snoop, they're a ticking time bomb. Each encrypted drive could hold the power to destroy reputations, rewrite alliances, and unravel the relationships that shape pop culture for decades. You can feel the pressure rising across the industry, the sense that just one wrong leak could unleash an unstoppable wave of confessions, lawsuits, and career-ending revelations. And the scariest part? If that entire archive ever surfaces, the fallout won't stop at music. It could rip through politics, sports, media, and finance, dragging names no one ever expected into the spotlight. The only questions left are, how long has this bomb been ticking and who's bold or desperate enough to let it blow? Right now, everything Snoop built, the family man image, the corporate partnerships, the mentor vibe, is hanging by a thread. His team has reportedly told him to stay completely off social media, warning that any post or comment could be twisted and used against him later. The silence might be strategic, but it's also deafening, and fans can sense that something big is about to break. Behind the scenes, word is that Snoop's been reaching out to old allies from his Death Row Records days, trying to find a way to survive the storm closing in around him. And here's the wild twist. Suge Knight, speaking from prison years ago, once said that Snoop's got some explaining to do about his old connections, and now those words sound more like a prophecy than a threat. The chilling truth? This might not end with Snoop. Diddy's conviction may have cracked open the door to a decade's worth of hidden excess and corruption.
I have never seen, until Kendrick now, I'd never seen anybody from where I'm from, the area I'm from, the place I'm from, do.
And investigators are only just beginning to follow the trail. Who really profited from that world of secrecy, control, and fear? Shante's leak might have been the spark that lit the fuse, because every new revelation seems to pull another powerful name into the light. If her goal was to burn bridges, she didn't just scorch them. She set off a wildfire that's spreading way beyond her marriage. One thing's certain now, Shante Broadus didn't just walk away from her husband. She blew up an empire. And if even half of what witnesses said about Diddy's parties is true, then Snoop Dogg might not be the only one losing sleep tonight. In a world where every phone is a camera, every message can go viral, and every secret comes with a price, one question looms over Hollywood like a storm cloud. Who's next? We'll be watching every move as this story unfolds. Until then, stay tuned, stay curious, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments below.